From Storm Tracker 6, this is Forecast First, sponsored by Auto Owners Insurance. Simple human sense.
Good morning, Mid-Michigan. We're waking up with temperatures into the teens already. 19 degrees in both Lansing and Grand Ledge and 17 in Jackson and Hillsdale. Although our wind chills are still quite chilly, making us only feel like the single digits this morning. 4 degrees in Jackson, 5 degrees in Hillsdale, 10 degrees in Mason, and 7 degrees here in Lansing. Clear skies are in the forecast for the first half of the day, but then our clouds do start to increase, and we'll see our temperatures still a little bit chilly today, only into the mid-20s. All the full details coming up in just a little bit. 6 News This Morning starts right now.
WLNS is here for you with 6 News This Morning.
Good morning, Mid-Michigan. Thank you for waking up with us. It's Saturday, February 22nd. I'm Karina Prieto, and we're here for you now with this morning's top stories. Well, the battle for Michigan is over, and MSU can claim bragging rights as the top college basketball squad in Michigan, at least for the next couple of weeks. The Spartans and Wolverines squared off in Ann Arbor, a top 15 matchup between the teams that were 1 and 2 in the Big Ten. And they're still 1 and 2. They just switched places. Our Tyler Driesinga was in Ann Arbor, and he's here for you now with more on this big game.
Michigan State controlled the second half with stifling defense to pull away from rival Michigan here at the Chrysler Center. The Spartans allowed just 24 points in the entire second half. In the biggest game in this rivalry series in years, it was a standout freshman who continued his recent ascension. Jace Richardson was unfazed by the big stage, leading the way with 21 points and getting it done defensively with 6 rebounds and 3 steals. As Tom Izzo pointed out after the game, Richardson is excelling at the little things that don't show up in the stat sheet as well.
Jace Richardson was phenomenal. He was good defensively. He didn't turn the ball over. He gets shots. He makes plays. You know what? He was phenomenal early. Like, you know, the guy doesn't act like a freshman, sophomore, junior. He acts like a senior half the time.
Last time I was probably unsure in the game was my junior year of high school. So for me, I just knew, especially when I came off that surgery, that I needed to do everything I can with confidence. So coming in here, I came up with the utmost confidence that I can play at this level, and it's kind of just staying with me.
While Michigan State moves into first place in the Big Ten with this win, Izzo made sure to acknowledge that the work is far from finished. Michigan State has 4 Big Ten games remaining. 2 of them are on the road, and 3 of them are against ranked opponents, including when they rematch with Michigan in East Lansing in the regular season finale on March 9th. For now, reporting from the Chrysler Center, I'm Tyler Driesinga, 6 Sports.
Well, thank you, Tyler. And while Mid-Michigan was focused on basketball last night, today is all about baseball. That's because the Lansing Lugnuts are hosting a job fair today for anyone looking for work this summer. They're looking for high-energy people to show up at the ballpark in downtown Lansing between 10 a.m. and 2 p.m. You must be at least 16 years old and bring your ID and your social security card. You can fill out an application and interview for a job while you're there. The Lugnuts are looking for people to do a variety of jobs, including food service, entertainment, work in their retail store, sell tickets at the box office, and more. Well, while the price of eggs may be skyrocketing, that didn't stop Michiganders from shopping. At least not in January. That's according to new figures from the Michigan Retailers Association, and 6 News reporter Zach Prees is here for you now to break down those numbers. Zach?
Karina, the group has what they call the Retail Index. It's a scale that helps them measure how good or how bad sales were in any given month. Now, they say anything over 50 is good, and let's check this out. They say the index for January was 62.2, and they say that strong start makes them hopeful for the rest of the year. That's because the January number is even higher than it was in December, when the sales index was 58.2. Now that does not mean more people bought stuff in January than December. December is still a huge retail month because of Christmas, so the numbers are seasonally adjusted, because there's usually a drop-off after the holidays. But retailers are hopeful because they say at this time last year, the January numbers for 2024 were at 48. But last month, almost 40% of the retailers they talked to said they sold more stuff in January than December. Almost half said sales were down. The rest say their numbers were about unchanged. But given that January numbers are traditionally down, the head of the Retailers Association say it's, quote, a great sign of a strong year for retail in Michigan. And retailers are feeling good about 2025 too. When asked about the next 3 months, more than 2/3 of those surveyed said they expect sales to continue to rise. Karina, back to you.
Well, thanks, Zach. And it's not just retail sales numbers that are on fire. So is a festival that continues today in Charlotte. Check this out. It's day 2 of the Michigan Nordic Fire Festival. As the name suggests, the festival is all about Viking life and Norse culture, and they set things on fire. The event kicked off last night with a ship burning. On the agenda today, everything from a stone carry and a Ring of Steel performance to a head throwing contest. Yes, you heard that right. It's taking place at the Eaton County Fairgrounds, and if you go, be sure to dress warm, as most of the events are going to be outside.
From Storm Tracker 6, this is Weather on the Sixes, sponsored by Auto Owners Insurance. Simple human sense.
Well, we're still seeing a little bit of some clouds this morning, but overall we're going to continue to see a little bit of some chilly temperatures for today, a little bit cooler than where they were yesterday at this time. Right now we're looking at temperatures into the 20s, the teens, 17 degrees in Jackson. We're looking at 19 degrees in Lansing, 19 in Mason, and 16 degrees down in Hillsdale. A light wind gusting around 10 miles per hour or 13 miles per hour is making our wind chills feel like we're into the single digits across the board. 4 degrees in Jackson, 5 degrees in Hillsdale, 7 degrees in Lansing, and we're also noticing very clear skies, and that's going to be the first half of the day today, and then clouds do begin to increase. We can see those clouds starting to pick up right as we head into the afternoon and evening, but temperatures today staying into the 20s, but with that wind, we're going to make it feel like we're into the teens throughout the day today. Take a look at that. We're going to see that temperatures are going to be back into the 20s, but again, our wind chills are going to make us feel like we're into the teens at times. So if you're heading outside, make sure to bundle up and just enjoy a little bit of some sunshine for this morning before we see those cloudy skies continue. And unfortunately, we're going to see cloudy skies in the forecast for a lot of the upcoming work week. The good news is, though, is that we're going to continue to see those temperatures slowly warm up as we continue into the next couple of days. But for today, we're going to stick into the 20s and our wind chills back into the teens. So again, bundle up if you have any outdoor plans. I think today would probably be a good idea to just clean up any of that snow that may be lingering outside, but then Mother Nature will take care of it throughout the upcoming work week.
All right, well, it sounds like it might be a good day for the fire festival,
honestly,
right?
Yeah.
And it's always the wind chill that gets us.
Yes.
So make sure you keep an eye on that.
Always the wind. It's not bad, just the wind.
Right. Well, thank you, Kelsey. Yeah.